Guys, welcome back to another informative video, I guess. Insightful video. I'm getting channel messages about this Mercury retrograde. And a lot of us, there's a lot of misinformation out there. What is Mercury retrograde? What does it actually do? Some people are affected, some people are not. It all depends. My channel messages were specifically saying that the zodiac sign Taurus and the zodiac sign Scorpio will be affected. They will feel the Mercury retrograde the most. So I'm going to share some sites and some clipped information that I find insightful, that I actually go by in my daily life, like that I took astrology classes from Astrology Answers. So the information I'm sharing is only information that speaks to myself. I'm going to share it with my audience, and if you find it helpful, then I'm glad. If not, that's okay too. Like, you know, I am not being paid. I'm not affiliated or associated with these links or the information I'm sharing whatsoever. I'm just truly sharing information that I feel will be informative to you know, my audience. So I'm gonna shuffle. I'm gonna pull some cards, and I'll start sharing information. So you'll see clips, websites, and then I'll share the channel messages. Okay, I'm going to try to do two things at once here. So the most obvious with the clips that I'm going to share from Astrology Answers, they're specifically talked about failed communication. I feel like we're going to be in our head a lot. So very much like the air sign, we're in our head a lot. And I'll just write that down, just in case, you know, I'm asked to pull up, like, get more information. And head a lot. Sorry. Okay, so failed communication. Communication breaks down. So they're saying anger, prideful, breakdowns in relationships. Some breakups, later on makeups. And it's going to be like, come back together, like it's like we need a break. You know, very much like Ross and Rachel, a stupid break.
You slept with someone else?
We were on a break.
And they're saying, this is stupid. What were we fighting about? Like, you don't even know what you were fighting about because, like, of the energy, the intensity. I feel like there's a lot of buildup here from work, from the male side. Like, you know, things aren't going the way that he thought they would. Electronics. They're specifically talking about electronics breaking, flat screen TVs. So they're speaking about a male specifically, like a promotion delayed. They're saying don't lose your shit over this. It will happen. They're saying July. It's just delayed. Maybe because they're actually doing their taxes right now. Like they're saying the fiscal year. They're saying like that's the reason why it's delayed. It has nothing to do with you whatsoever. They're just like, you know, the higher ups are just like, you know, just delay the promotions for now. And obviously, you know, I think that you're friends with like someone in this position that gives you like, you know, you're up for a promotion. And you get all hyped, and you know maybe they're showing me that you bought a new car, maybe, so you're afraid that, you know, insecurity is going to be huge with this Mercury retrograde. Oops. So basically, they're saying you're feeding off your insecurities here, and you are like, don't overreact with this. They're just saying keep it to yourself. So funny. Just talking about this rest and rejuvenation. That's what, especially during Mercury retrograde. This is what a channeled message Spirit had brought about walking. They're saying, get that pent-up energy out of you. Working out. Weight, I find for myself, I have more masculine energy than feminine energy. I don't know if that's the reason why. See, my bird ate this card, so I know what it is. That's the only sucky thing about it. Thought I'd just share that. Don't know why. But they're saying, like, get that pent-up energy out in us. Get that frustration out. So, they're saying that you will get your promotion. Do not lose your bananas. Don't lose your shit over this. It will happen. Male going male going through a girl's phone specifically. Taking pictures out of context. So it's like you think it's something, and it's like, it's not what you think it is. So fight, break up for no reason. No grounds for this breakup is what they're saying. There's no grounds here. Like, just because she took us, like, they're saying the guy is gay. Not that makes any difference, but I think it's the way she's posing or what she's wearing while she's posing. I don't know what this is. Maybe she's doing it because, she's an influencer or she likes the likes. I don't know. But they're saying there's no grounds for this breakup. They're also saying the man is just bored with everyday life. Will regret this breakup later on. So they're saying September. You'll realize like what a dumb move this was. So like I was speaking about, use some grounding tools if overwhelmed. They're saying workout and their walks specifically. There's an older gentleman around like 45 to 56. They're saying go out and walk. Because I feel like, maybe you're not, you just want to walk. Like you want to get out of, like, I feel like you're in your head a lot. And it's just like, go out there and walk. Walk that crap off. Okay. Okay, they're saying watch our mouth. Like, some of us are quick-witted there. And we can, we can read people for days. And, they're saying don't. So they're saying time bomb. I don't know what that was meaning about. Maybe someone's been like so overwhelmed they're like a ticking time bomb. So they're specifically talking about a charity gig. They're saying to use your best intuition about this. And I'm saying yes, I would do this charity gig. I feel like someone's trying to influence you not to do it. And I don't know if they go behind your back and do it. And it's just like, well, you told me not to do it. Like, why are you doing it? And it's like, use your best intuition. Do not let other influences influence your judgment at this time. Also, there's a lot of insecurity. It's like not the time to give up. Trust your own judgment and intuition. Don't allow bad habits or people influence you. You use, like the spirit is saying, use your best judgment here. I'm just trying to read my little notes here. Yeah, specifically Taurus and Scorpio. So if you go on Astro Cafe Astrology.com, I'm going to put the link here. Astrology.com, I'm going to put the link here. They will do your whole natal chart for free. And look where your Mercury is and what zodiac sign is it influenced under. And if your Mercury is in Taurus or Scorpio, they're saying you will feel this Mercury retrograde the highly influenced. They're highly influenced, they're saying. So they're also saying that there's gonna be some sort. There's where was it? Okay, there's going to be an increase in wealth. So you're going to see like a surge. So like if you're self-employed or something, I feel like this is for people that are self-employed. You're going to see this surge during this time. I'm going to put the date in the video where the Mercury retrograde is going on. They're saying increased wealth during this time, but it's going to be short term. So they're saying save and they're saying pay off debt. Because they're saying don't get caught up in, like, I feel like someone's like kind of like a bad influence. They're, that, I don't know if this is your inside voice, like, your Mercury, don't worry about it. More money's coming in. They're saying don't sit there, save, put it on debt like you would responsibly do every single month. They're saying with this increased wealth, they're telling you to they're saying like a ticket wins ticket. So they're saying specifically short term. So pay off that debt. Pay off those bills. And we're going to be a lot of self-doubt. And the universe is saying, don't. The sky is the limit. So they're saying after, like, maybe near the tail end of Mercury retrograde, things will be slow. Work slows down, leads to insecurities. So they're saying this is near the end of Mercury retrograde. So the last maybe week, like they're saying 6 days right now. So just don't let that influence you. Don't let it play into your insecurities. I know it's hard. Trust me, I play into my insecurities all the time. But it's very much combating that Mercury energy. Mercury is it's, yes, it is the voice of communication, but it is also the voice of our shadow self, the voice of the you can't do this. Exactly what they're talking about with this windfall. They're specifically saying that you're gonna get insecure because like you're on top of the world. They're showing me like bottles of like maybe you're gonna go to the club because they're showing me a guy with a tie on and like a dress shirt and dress pants, and he's got like champagne in his hands, and they're saying no, very much no. Have a seat. Put this money on your debt. Put this money in savings. Don't be stupid. This is a short term increase in your wealth. Do not go crazy. So those are all the channeled messages that I got from Spirit. If I get any more, I will obviously share them. So I'm going to continue shuffling, and I'll be right back. So Spirit is also saying make some sort of offering to Gaia, to Mother Earth. I don't know what specific day. They're showing me the 20th. I'll actually have to look at I'm just going to write that down. The 20th. I believe this is February 20th. Because I think it's the 14th to the February 14th or the 17th to the 14th of March. I'm going to have to specifically look at the dates. But they just said make a Mother Earth offering. Follow your dreams. Like they're saying, don't give in to those insecurities. They keep saying that. Don't give in to those insecurities. I know this is probably going to look like a lot of cards, but I'm not going to like get into the definitions and stuff. I actually just saw one of the cards, so I'm not going to lie. Which is quite funny because like a lot of people that I've been reading for have been saying that they've been feel this calling. So Spirit is saying, yeah, you know what? Give into it. Follow what you're being called to do here. It'll make more sense when I actually turn over the card. It's in the numerology deck. So Mother Earth offering can be like lighting a candle, cleaning up around your neighborhood, feeding the animals of the air outside, like the blue jays and the robins, and it just depends where you are around the world. But they're specifically showing me like a waterway, like it looks like a dock, and there's a bunch of like plastic bottles and rubbish. So it's like, get a bunch of friends together and like a bunch of like recycle bags and garbage bags and clean this up. So it's like specifically for that. Further enough that I told you guys to make an offering to Mother Earth, Earth Magic. I was very drawn to pull from here. I get, like, because they're saying get grounded during this retrograde, especially if you're Taurus or Scorpio, to get yourself. That's what I'm saying. Go check your natal chart. When I shared it'll be in the bio as well for the free natal chart. It's very specific, so that's why I really like it. So check where your Mercury is, what zodiac sign is influencing your Mercury, and then you could sit there and say, am I a Taurus, am I a Scorpio? Because they're saying you're going to feel this Mercury retrograde the most. Okay, so we have 2 for that one. So I'm actually shuffling from the Chakra Wisdom Oracle deck, and they're saying acceptance. And you see how like this darker energy is there? It's like it's kind of like the Mercury energy, right? Because it's like, that negative voice, and they're like, just accept. They're saying accept your faults. It's okay. When we accept our faults, no one can use them against us. Like, yes, I'm not the most, as quote unquote fit as people would say in the world, but I'm healthy. And I'm smart, and I'm intelligent, and I'm a good friend. They're just like feeding that positive Jupiter energy. They're saying, like I said, we're going to be in our head a lot. It feels like in this Mercury retrograde. Meditation is a great way to get out of your head because you silence your mind. Box breathing, where you breathe in for 2, hold for 2, exhale for 2, and hold for 2. So you're basically going around in 2s around this box. And it's controlled breathing. You can do that while your eyes are closed. You could also lay down in bed and do this controlled breathing. It just depends what you're into. Think about what signs you love to hear. One person I read for, they love the sound of the waves. And I'm like, put the sound of the waves on. Go on YouTube. Look up meditation music and put, wave soundtrack or, wave sounds. And I'm like, you could just listen to that and just let your mind go. Let it be free. Let it just take you where it's going to take you. And you'll find a lot more peace. So obviously I'm going to pull from the Moonology deck because it's almost a full moon and on the 9th of February. So I'm going to pull from Moonology and see what guidance they also offer. Spirit is saying get comfy. Enjoy those comfy clothes. Enjoy those comfy sweaters and those comfy pajama bottoms. Especially at home. And I feel like someone's like, aren't you going to get dressed? And it's like, no, I'm comfortable. Great. They're showing lighting incense. What a beautiful time. Lightwork 2332 on Instagram. Talked about saging your home, and you open the windows when you sage to release all the bad energy, and then you light incense to invite that positive energy back into your home. That positive, because your home is very much your sanctuary. So I feel like someone's nagging you, like, get dressed already, like, you're being lazy, and it's like, no, I'm comfortable. I'm comfortable. Let me enjoy my comfortableness. Okay, and then I'm going to pull some healing cards and we'll be ready. So Spirit is saying don't give in to outside entities. I feel like you're trying to get back to a good place in your relationships, specifically like partnerships, like someone that you live with, like you're in a committed relationship with. Change. Yeah, there's a lot, and that's what they're talking about. There's one gentleman, I'm sick of everyday life, getting up, wife, kids, job, blah, blah, blah. Like, that cycle we kind of get into. It's like, maybe it's time for a vacation, or maybe it's time for you to pick up a hobby, or maybe it's time for you to help more around the house. They don't ever think about that. It's like, why don't you make your wife's life a lot easier and do more around the house? So they're saying, don't let outside entities. Very much the Fairy Tarot deck with the Emperor, where he has the world in one hand and his heart in the other. And they're saying, don't let people influence your love life. Don't let people influence what you love. That very much protect that. So I'm all ready. So I'm just going to get started. So rest and rejuvenation is what they're calling for during this Mercury retrograde. Very much what I've been talking about. Do not get inside your head, very much so. Meditate is exactly what I was calling for here. So let me just find my guidebook. I won't read everything in full because this video will be very long. I'll just, touch on the key points here because I have a lot of cards to pull. So relaxation and meditation. This card shows a man in a meditated, tranquil state. The message is time to relax. You may have been busy lately, but you should soon be finding more time to let go. And that's what I'm saying. That insecurity, things that the job will slow down. This is only temporary. That's what I'm saying. When you get that, if you are one of those people that are lucky enough to have that affluence increase before the Mercury retrograde or just at the beginning of the Mercury retrograde, hang on to that money, put it in your savings account, because near the end, we're going to get insecure and in our head. And it's like, oh my gosh, should I close down the business? Should I get another job? Should I do this? Should I do that? And they're like, nope, it's just a short-lived little blip. Don't worry about it. When you do, allow yourself to go within and open the peace and wisdom that are vibrating there. This card upright indicates that there should be more leisure time for you now and more of an opportunity to engage in peaceful thinking. So make it a priority. So make it a priority during Mercury retrograde. Your connection to spirit brings great assistance, but it can only be achieved through regular relaxation and meditation. Now is a great time to make sure you insert these gentle activities into your daily life. And in many ways, this is far more productive than unceasing action. So make sure you honor yourself, honor your body. I say that a lot and I don't do it. So acceptance. Like I was saying, like maybe I don't know if she should be having this piece of pie or not. I'm not sure. But it's like acceptance. Accept your flaws. It's like, you know what? When you accept your flaws, no one can use them against you. I love this card. They're saying follow your dreams. So maybe in this leisure time, it's very much like that 7 of Cups energy where they tell you to look at the ideas you've been writing down, and maybe this is the time to, kind of do some research or actually get into that project or projects. This card indicates a time to reach for the stars and follow your dreams, whatever they may be. By drawing this card, you're being encouraged to put your hopes and dreams at the forefront of your mind and believe without a doubt that they're really coming true. Pay attention. Sorry, pay no mind to poverty consciousness. So the lack, or like before, like we've tried something and then that negative voice comes in. Oh, you're wasting your time. What are you doing? This is going to fail again. Get out while you can. You should sell all that. What are you, dumb? Stop wasting your money on that. So it's like turning that off. And very much, like I said, we're going to be in our heads. So that negative little chatter in our head, that's what they call that influence of your Mercury energy. The one bad thing about Mercury is that negative voice is kind of heightened. Fear or contention, because the universe is abundant and there is no limitation. Even though you have no control over the how and when things will unfold, divine timing and order will ensure that everything serves your greatest good. So I was very much getting into that because I was like, I was told a date. I felt very much so this date, and I got confirmation from someone I trust and about the time frame that I was feeling. And it's like, let me put this card back just in case if you're wondering what I'm talking about. I started getting in my head and I'm like, how is this going to happen? It's just exactly like they're saying here. Don't worry about the how and when. Things will unfold. Divine timing and order will ensure that everything serves your greater good. So just trust. Very much so what I put at the top of my vision board, trust, patience. So just trust. Let go of expectations and embrace the magic in the mystery and the celebration of the unknown. So like I said, I'm not going to read everything because we got tons of cards to get through here. Some of you are going to look at this video and be like, what the heck? Queen of Autumn. Generous, stylish, gracious, patient. This reminds me of my girlfriend Janet. Be patient with respects to how you proceed. The ability to make anything more beautiful. Meeting someone who can help your dreams come true. Very beautiful. I love that card. So that is the fairy deck, Queen of Autumn. So that maybe they're saying, like in autumn, maybe, things are going to turn around because Queen of Autumn. So maybe you're one of the autumn signs. Virgo is kind of like in the middle there. So like Libra, I have no idea what sign is next. You think someone that reads cards would know that, but I don't. That's one thing I'm working on. Not gonna lie there. I was just like, they're like, you need to write that down. I'm like, yeah, I'll get to it. Okay, consider this queen to be like a fairy godmother. She cares about everyone and cannot wait to swoop in to save the day. Oh my gosh, very much from my friend Janet. She is generous and giving and loves to make dreams come true. She adores luxury and beautiful things. She could probably spin straw into gold if you ask her, and she certainly loves to give it a try. Her family means the world to her, and she has the ability to run a small company, a large household without even breaking a sweat. Sounds so much like her. Also, a very keen eye for decorating. Her motto is form and function. Oh my gosh. Form and function. Her tastes are also expensive, very expensive. This reminds me so much of Libra energy. She is discerning and picky. Fortunately, she is good with money because she spends it like crazy, and she tends to marry well. And she's actually getting married. Oh my gosh, this is like my Janet card. Okay, so additional meaning, the ability to make anything more beautiful, being extremely sensible, a love of gardening, a wonderful partner. So maybe this is for fall for some of you, that you will feel that affluence come in, that things will fall into place, and you're kind of sitting pretty, is what I get, because she's sitting on that beautiful throne. So our last card that came out is change. So some of us will feel some sort of change going on. Life is a journey. It would be very unfulfilled if each step was exactly the same as the last, because life is always changing. It is forever fresh and new. Allow your life to unfold gracefully. Be grateful for what was, is, and forever will be. Just be grateful for the times that even when things were down and they made a change happen to increase things in your favor. Being grateful. They always tell us to give into that joy Jupiter energy, being grateful. More blessings will come your way. So faith. So during this Mercury retrograde, they're telling you to have faith. Do not lose faith. The storm clouds will clear and the sun will shine once more. So I feel like this is near the end. I feel like the end will be more intense than the beginning. Forgiveness. Let the past go. Clear your heart and mind through forgiveness. Especially with the people like, the one gentleman going through his girlfriend's phone. I do not recommend that. What are you looking for? Obviously, it's your insecurities. Do not go through her phone. If she, unless you have that kind of relationship, my phone is unlocked with my late husband, excuse me. He knew my password. I knew his password. I never went through his phone, though. He never went through my phone. And it's like, there's no need. It's like, if you really trust your partner, there's no need, honestly. Heart song. What is your heart saying? Stop and listen. So very much the meditation, trust and rest and rejuvenation. Your truth lies within the empty spaces between your thoughts. Your truth shines through from within your soul. Your truth is that which is external and unchanging. Your truth is love. Very much so, especially with the gentleman going through the phone. The one gentleman, like, kind of in that kind of daily cycle, and he's like, "Oh, I'm so sick of it." And it's like, give into that. Aries. Time to take action. A new moon in Aries. Aries is a fire sign. Okay, maybe I'll just lay that out there so you guys can see it there. So, Tarot Shiva was kind enough to share a link she found through someone she follows, so we could say what the new moon is. New moon, new beginnings, gather thoughts, plan. So they were saying during that leisure time that we're going to have in this Mercury retrograde, where things are going to slow down, they're saying a new beginning. So you might start a new project, gather thoughts, plan. So do your research, during that downtime. Don't take that downtime as a negative. Prosperity lies ahead. New moon in Taurus. And I said Taurus is going to feel this, and Scorpio are going to feel the most of this Mercury retrograde. So Taurus, you have some prosperity ahead, but they're saying save. Do not give into the someone's going to tell you spend. The thing is, they're saying you should realize this one friend is only around when you have money. Do you realize that? Anytime you're broke, this friend is not around, Maybe like he'll come in, are you broke? Let's go do something. Oh, sorry, but I'm broke. And it's like, maybe you'll go get a McDonald's and get a cheap meal, but then he's out, He's only around when you have money. And you know who I'm talking about. Recovery. So you have the key to your future. You have the ability to unlock your future. Recovery. So maybe during this Mercury retrograde, you're going to recover from something. Soulmate. Oh, beautiful. They have the third eye opening. So it's like kind of like in your head with the air. Like, and maybe this is spirit guiding you. They're guiding you to your soulmate. So that maybe you listen to your intuition here. You'll see visions. The spirit will talk to you and speak to you. Pay attention to your dreams. Very much rest and rejuvenation again. So they're saying make this like kind of a daily thing. So I'm going to pull from Earth Magic. So shaman, ancient healing wisdom. So very much playing into the soulmate card with the third eye and the air kind of like, in your head. Pay attention to your dreams. So make sure you keep, you're able to force yourself awake and pay attention to those dreams. I'll be back in 1 second. So with my Earth Magic Oracle cards, I did not get a guidebook with it. So the shaman lives his life in ceremony and treats everything with relevance. So very much where they were saying honor Mother Earth, and it will come back. It's like good karma coming to you. Don't do it because you want the good karma. Do it with a pure heart. Everything you do in life should be with a pure heart. Give it to charities. Some people are like, why do you boast about it? Like, why are you posting on social media? But certain charities, when you donate to them, they say post on your social media because maybe it will influence your friends to donate to that charity as well. Maybe your friends were thinking about making a donation and they weren't sure of what charity to give to. So they ask you to share it on your social media. And then people turn around and say, you should be sharing it online. And I'm like, someone actually posted that and I put it underneath. But when you donate to certain charities, they ask you to share online so your friends will do it as well. So it's like, what are you supposed to do? So it's like, do it with pure intention and whatever's supposed to happen will happen. It's just a double-edged sword with that. Including the great mysteries of death. So death is like a rebirth, just like the hibernation kind of state of the trees. During the winter, they're in hibernation, but they come out more beautiful in the spring. New buds, new limbs grow. So I think that's what they're talking, the mysteries of death. And even the great mysteries of life. He works in his spirit with his spirit helpers, including the ancient spirits, to help him and his services to his people and Mother Earth. Very much Mother Earth. So make that offering. What was it? Specifically the 20th, correct? The 20th is when they told us to do the Mother Earth offering. Let me just check my notes here. Ow, ow, ow. My bird is clawing the crap out of me. Ow, Joel, stop. Where is the date? I wrote the 20th. I know that, but I just can't find it. I'm pretty sure it was February 20th, if I'm not mistaken. I just can't find it. I write all over the place. It just kept pouring in. Yes, it is. Mother Earth offering, February 20th. So, make that offering to Mother Earth in some way. Providing a elation between the spiritual and physical world. Change with relieving suffering as one of his priorities. The shaman does so by first by tending to the spiritual wound, the source of all illness. So, maybe like if you do devotion, which is reading the Bible every day, they're saying first do your devotion and then go and make the offering to Mother Earth. These healing powers have been passed along the millennia and the ancient ones, who knew the healing and creative cultural powers of spirit. I kind of believe that some of us have, they say in this lifetime, but I feel like, I believe that we've lived multiple lives, and I kind of believe that, we had this gift in those times as well. Like, it's just harder now because we don't have those guides, which are like the fairies and the dragons, to heighten those gifts. Lightning power. So it's very electric. So they're showing water here, so this could be water signs, that you'll feel this electric pull or this more surge of energy during the Mercury retrograde. And our water signs are Pisces, Cancer, and Scorpio. So maybe check your chart again, if your Mercury is in Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, you're going to feel this surge of energy, this electric energy in you. And that's why it feels like, I guess, some of us will get in our head, or it's like this pent-up energy. How do we get rid of this pent-up energy? And that's where Spirit is saying, go and work out. So I'm just going to get the definition. So they're talking about, like, if your sign is specifically in water, that you're going to feel this impulsive and creative energy. So maybe this is where the lottery win comes in. But they said specifically Taurus would win the Taurus would have more of the influence. Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. That they will feel this, like, this spontaneous energy, this, I feel like, you're high on life. You're like, go, 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 go. So it's like, remember what they said, rest and rejuvenation. I'm happy that you're like, go, go, go. But if you feel like it's a little too much and you need to get it out of you, if any of you watch Monster High where Frankie shakes her hands to get the electricity out of her, or she waves her hands like a bird to get the electricity out of her, to get that pent-up energy out.
There's a little electricity left in there. Maybe I can...
I feel like that's what you're going to have to do, is like work out with weights, and like, they're showing a guy working out like crazy with a medicine ball. So maybe that'll be the way you get this energy out. So they're saying power, so power position. So maybe this is where this promotion came in with the gentleman. He has a friend that's friendly with the higher ups, and you're supposed to give this power position. I feel like it's manager, supervisor, supervisor, CCEO. Like you're like underneath the CEO or something like that. They're saying don't lose your head, don't lose your cool, don't lose your shit. They're saying that it will happen, but it's going to be pushed back to July. I feel like, they like make the fiscal numbers look, bigger than they are, by not giving the promotions just yet. Don't say anything to anyone. They're saying it's not going to happen, but it's like, it's only he has to keep it under his hat, because if it gets out, then they'll know that he's the person telling everybody everything. So just be mindful of that. It will happen. They're saying July. They will see that the work speaks for itself. So the actual definition is from the lightning power from the Earth Magic Tarot Oracle cards. We naturally seek shelter from the storm, or are grateful that we are already being sheltered. This demonstration of power of creation is yet another way to remind us that we are not in control of the natural world. We will witness nature's power, and with open hearts and minds, we will see that it neither destructive or constructive. It simply is. The power available to you, the force of life itself, is natural. It is neither inheriting good or bad. It is how you utilize it, and will demonstrate whether it is ultimately harmful or ultimately harmful or useful. With this, with the wheels of the spirit that pulses through you. I feel like they're trying to show me. I'm trying to read this, but they're trying to show me. Are you they're showing me a gentleman in a power suit. So it's like, are you going to be a good leader? Are you going to be they're saying heavy is the head that wears the crown. With great power comes great stresses, I guess they would say. But it's like you're a stern leader, but a fair leader. Like you're stern, people respect you, but don't go to the point, don't go overboard. It's kind of finding that yin and yang balance, because I'm kind of looking at this gentleman. It's like everybody, he's at the front, he commands the room, he's well respected, but they're like, don't go, but outside it's like, how's it going? How's the kids? In the boardroom, he's very much like, this is how it's going to be. This is very much business. Outside of the boardroom, he's just like, hey man, did you catch that game? He's like, everybody likes this guy. So they're saying with this promotion, do not let it go to your head. Like I said, do not lose your cool, because it will be pushed back. It has nothing to do with you. It's just, they're talking about the people, the investors specifically. They're like, let's make the investors feel, more comfortable, so they don't pull out and invest somewhere else, because it seems like because of the economy, for some reason. They're bringing up the economy. So I feel like this is someone that I'm not going to mention that person's name because I don't respect him at all. But they're saying it specifically in the U.S. This is who I'm talking about. That they're saying, don't worry, the work speaks for itself. That you will get the promotion. It'll just be July, because I feel like you have an insider there, and they're not allowed to say anything, because I think they're kind of onto him, that he's the one leaking the information out to the office. So it's just like, keep it under your hat, and just like, if this resonates with you, just know you will get your promotion summertime, showing July, August. So maybe it'll be at the end of July. They're showing July 28th, specifically 29th. So don't worry, don't panic, don't lose your cool. Be cool, calm as a cucumber, and that will speak volumes that, you are there for the long haul. Because they're showing like you're gonna go on LinkedIn to look for a new job, and they're saying don't do that. They're like that'll be a miscalculated move. So our next card, the Magician. So, some deceit is around. You can do anything, take charge of your life. You can manifest what you need to be successful. So they're basically showing in this card, every card, which I love, because if every deck was the same, it's like, who would buy different decks? They're basically saying that you've had these, peaks and valleys in your life, but now in this time of Mercury retrograde, it's a straight path. That you'll go directly to, your destination is within reach. So maybe at the end of Mercury retrograde or during Mercury retrograde, you'll reach your destination. So they're saying, the path is straight. You won't have to worry about any obstacles hitting in your way. So very much the Magician, starting at 1. So this is like you're beginning a chapter, but now we're on step 1. We're no longer like at the beginning. We're actually having some action here. There's nothing you can't accomplish. The fairies are magical and are helping you manifest whatever you need in order to be successful. The resources you require will miraculously appear. Money, innovative ideas, creative abilities, or friends who are willing to help out. Understand what you already have, various what you're in need of allows the fairies to send you the perfect gift. So they're saying, make it clear when you make your wishes and make sure it's with a pure heart. So your manifestations. So they're saying, what is that you need rather than what you want. So I need a new printer. I need the money to invest into this project. They're saying make it quite clear and they will give you exactly what you need. So rather like they're saying what you want. I want a new car. Well, you don't really need that, right? You already have a car. So why don't we ask for the money for this project? Investors, they're specifically saying. You have amazing skills and creative talents you can rely on. However, it's also wise to seek out good advice from experienced peoples. Allow others to open doors and make introductions to those who can point you in the right direction. Our magician has accomplished his climb to the Golgotha throw, where he access additional wisdom and protection. Now his walk along the easier part of the path towards the base of the mountain. So this is very much what I was talking about. He has gone through the ebbs and the flows, the trials and tribulations, the peaks and valleys, and now it's very much a straight walk to where his destination lies. They're also talking about like a friendship that may fall apart. I don't know if this is from miscommunication or this is just the inkling they're getting, but it's like you don't see it coming. It's not explained why, but you're just kind of cut out of the group, the fold, but you're not told why, and it's like don't worry about it. They're like if they, if they really valued your friendship, they would tell you why. So 7 of winter. There is a better choice, not seeing things clearly, running away from the truth. So maybe it's like, she doesn't see the cracks in the ice. Kind of being blinded by she's enjoying herself and not hearing maybe the cracks and stuff. So the 7. So maybe March 7th is going to be a significant day because they're saying it's 7. So March 7th. Maybe this is when that friendship is going to fall apart because I don't know what happened here. It's like someone's trying to explain to it, but it's not quite clear. There's someone like kind of being the, what do you call that? The moderator between you, but it's like you don't even know what you did. It's just like all of a sudden, like there's no communication. But honestly, like if you have a problem with someone, why don't you speak up rather than having people guessing? Review your current plans to see if changes may be necessary. As time passes, the reason for disappointment becomes clear, providing you with even better opportunities that you had previously imagined. As God, the angels, and the fairies show you who does or doesn't have integrity. Sadly, there are people who hide their real intentions. Wow, and that just came to me. But by listening to your intuition, you'll be given signs or messages to show you the truth. See, they don't make it clear. I just see someone, they're speaking and they're saying something like their brother supports you, but it's like I don't feel like their brother, and I'm like, there's something missing here. It doesn't make sense. Pay attention to red flags, warnings, and broadcast other people's lack of honesty. Although you see the best in people, it's time to take blinders off and acknowledge that some people's actions are dishonest. This will allow you to avoid painful situations and dilemmas. And it's like you've seen this. There's the warning signs there. There's there's some deceit going on. There's 3 warning signs. There's 2 things that were kind of said or not said, but there's actions as well. So it's like, Spirit has warned you. And I feel like you've been kind of told this, and it's like ding, 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 your antennas went off. So they're saying, something's going on here. It might be the middleman. I don't know what's going on here. But the moderator is trying to get you to come back together, but it's like something's going on here. So wanting to be alone, things are not going according to plan, avoiding unwise partnerships, self deception. Very much so. We've been told there's a deception going on, and it's like, you know what? If they really wanted to be in your life, they would tell you what's wrong. So teaching and learning. So funny enough, it's just like something came on my email from the astrology classes I was learning, and I was like, that's not a bad price. They actually offered a different pay plan, and it's like, maybe kind of be doable. Also, mentoring is something I also do with certain people, and obviously the ones that actually honor what I'm teaching. It's like I give my time to them. I do not charge for mentoring. I offer my advice, and it's like, free will. You do what you want with it. I do not charge for it. So it's very much paying it forward. So teaching and learning. So if you're being called to learn, they're saying answer that call. You're being called to teaching, answer that call. This card indicates a time of significant learning and growth when the wisdom you will gain will be a great benefit to others too. Because it's very true. What I've learned from the astrology classes very much pays forward into my paid readings. When I channel messages from spirit, they show me planets. And it's like, okay, what does this mean? I remember I did a reading for a girlfriend of mine, and a planet came in. And that was the very first time that ever happened. And I was just like, I have no idea. Thank God she's very savvy to all that, because I was just like, I have no idea what this means. But she went and checked her natal chart. She's like, yep, totally resonates. This is what I see. This is what it means. And I'm like, oh, okay, there's something to this. So I took the astrology classes because I kept showing these signs, certain planets in readings. So I'm like, okay, now it's time to learn. There is much potential for you to teach what you've experienced. In fact, your life lessons are just as valuable as your economic knowledge. Very much so, because with me, when spirit tries to show me messages or feeling, especially feelings, they show me a situation, and I was like, I know exactly how I felt in that situation, and I'm like, are you feeling this? And I kind of touch on what happened to me, and they confirm, or they say like, no, but those feelings are exactly on point, but it's not the same situation. So it's like, yes, do your learning if you're feeling learning, but don't devalue your life lessons. I always tell people, like, maybe some of us suffer more because then we can relate more to those people that did suffer, because we're called to great healing. Therefore, every trial and tribulation helps you to be service to the world. The card encourages you that you have the faith in your abilities to teach, because teaching is simply passing on the others information they didn't really already know. And I feel like we know, but it's like, as soon as you put it in their face, it's like, damn, it's like it was right there. Sometimes it just takes another set of eyes. You probably already do this by sharing the lessons you've learned and discoveries you made with the colleagues, family members, children, or friends. And a lot of you give me flack saying, why do you share that? And this is exactly why I share it. So, poop on you. But, some people get frustrated with me. Why do you share that? Because it's like, there might be someone out there that's listening, and if Spirit didn't feel bring it up to me, like to bring up this situation, I would never say it. But it's like, it actually connected me to people, and one of my really good friends, because we should have the same kind of backstories. It's like our lives are running in parallel lines. Like, we're running right beside each other. Actually, another person actually reached out to me and said the same thing. And it's like, we're running parallel to each other. It's just like, we're in different parts of the world, the three of us, but it's like, we're on the same path. And it's like, this is why I share those stories, because it speaks to certain people. So I apologize if you don't like my stories or sharing my life lessons, but, maybe because it doesn't resonate with you, it may resonate with someone. And you never know. You might come back to this video and say, I'm actually going through that right now. And that's what this was, I kind of poo-pooed on it, but it's like, now that actually speaks to me. You never know where life will take you. So they're encouraging you to cycles, teaching, and learning. What you're being called to. So me was astrology, abundance. So again, they were talking prosperity lies ahead with Taurus. So they are talking about abundance. So if you're seeing 888 a lot, 666, I know some people, it's the sign of the devil. Well, that's just what we're taught. But 888 is also a sign of abundance. 666 is also a sign of abundance. It's encouragement from spirit saying, like, especially I told you, we're going to feel insecure because things slow down. It's like, oh my gosh, what did I do? Some of your followers may drop down, or it's like something may happen. Like I said, this friendship that, you value, and it's like all of a sudden there's no communication and you're cut out of a lot of conversation. It's like, what the hell's going on here? And it's like, why am I not, what the hell, why am I not privy to all the conversations? And if it's like, if they really value you, they would come to you. We're all adults here. It's like, this is what I heard, or this is how I feel. And it's like, can we, maybe they need a break, which is totally fine. But, maybe this friendship has run its course. This card indicates a need to adapt an attitude of abundance in order to attract it into your life. By drawing this card, you're being encouraged to recognize the numerous opportunities in front of you. For the universe is bountiful. There is plenty to go around. Since you attract what you believe, you must improve your perception of the world. Replace your thoughts of scarcity, contempt, and shortness with feelings of abundance, prosperity, and hope. Ow, I just clawed myself. It's also like being grateful. You know what I mean? No matter how big or small the increase of like getting a tip when I do my live readings and I get a tip, it's like, I'm so thankful for that because that person didn't have to do that. And it's like, thank you for that. Anytime someone gives me a reading, I'm so thankful for that, booking a paid reading, because it's like, you're helping me out, you're helping my family out, and it gives me that drive to keep going. I know a lot of people are like, why, it's a free gift, but it's like, well, no, it's not, because I'm using electricity, I'm using internet, I'm also channeling all these messages in, so sometimes I don't even sleep at all. One person I read for was 6 pages, and I had to sit there in the spirit. No offense, spirit, but I said, he's got 6 pages. Can I sleep now? Like, there was more to go, because he has a lot of healing to take place. So it's just like, we're up all night. So some of us that get to channel messages. Also, when I get certain messages, it goes up my root, which is my base of my spine, and up the middle of my back. And it's very, my muscles get very tight and tense. So it's like, as much as some people say it's a free gift, it does take a toll on you. It feels like you worked a 12-hour shift in a labor job. I may read for 4 hours, 4.5 hours. Now my readings are 4.5 hours. So it's like one person I read for 7. It does take a toll on you. So, those people that sit there and say, oh, it's a free, the gift is for free. Very much not so. Unless you actually experience it, you have no idea what kind of toll it takes on you. The universe is an infinite supply of love, health, wisdom, wealth, and wisdom. Therefore, a greedy, competitive mindset only prevents abundance from flowing. So don't worry about what she's doing, he's doing, they're doing. Worry about yourself. Bring it back in. Stay true to you. Do not let anyone change you. If it's not broke, don't fix it. Stay true to you, because at the end of the day, you got to look at yourself in the mirror and be like, I'm doing this with a pure, like they said, do with pure intention. And you're going to draw more abundance into your life. When you start going out there and doing things out of greed, it's going to be slow. At this time, you must recognize and address any limiting beliefs that are blocking your flow. Perhaps you were brought up to believe that money does not grow on trees. So let's get to the part. Encouraging you to give into cycles of an attitude of abundance. Be grateful for what you already have and know that there is plenty more to come. Beautiful. So, King of Pentacles. So speaking of money, there's the King. So maybe a gentleman will enter your life. An older man will enter into your life and will bring in some money. I'm hearing inheritance. They're saying affluence. So it doesn't necessarily mean a passing. It may be like, they sold their house and they're moving into something smaller. They sold stock, or they're coming to their retirement money, and it's just like, take this now. Giving money to the younger kids for college. It may not pay for all of it, but like, it's a beautiful gesture. So if you're able to do that, buying, the money for like a down payment for a little car, something. So while the King of Pentacles is the meaning is loading, they're talking about tools to help you out. So crystals. We Lightwork talks about this. We have masculine and feminine energy. She's saying like put a crystal in each pocket, or if you're a female, you can put it in your bra. You can put them in your pillowcases while you sleep at night, on your nightstand, and it's finding that balance. With me, it was like we pulled Friday's card was Archangel Raphael. He was talking about this pink light back to your heart, and it kind of reminds me of the rose quartz. It's like a beautiful pink color. Actually, I'll just take it out. I have gauged ears, so it's like stretched ears. So I have this beautiful rose quartz and a gauge for me, and I wear it in my ear because it's just easier for me with kids and all the work that I do with my hands. It's just easier, it's in my ear. I don't have to worry about it. Only when I sleep at night, but I usually take them out. And then I have amethyst in my other ear. So bringing that peace back into my life, that calmness back into my life. So, I'm very lucky that way. Like Love Boutique on Facebook and on Instagram, they make these beautiful gauged earrings. Again, I'm not affiliated or associated with them in any way. Just, sharing. If you do have gauged ears, it's an easy way to sit there and put that, carry the crystals with you. You can recharge them in the full moon. We have the full moon on the 9th. You could recharge them over candles. Just be careful. Sage them. You can do whatever way you feel comfortable. But they're also speaking of tools to help you out. When the King of Pentacles arrives in a reading, know that your ship is about to come in. So affluence. You know what? Mercury retrograde doesn't sound so bad. But they're saying that there's going to be some affluence that comes in. But be very careful. Save it and pay off debt. They're saying don't be stupid. Don't splurge it. Because this is going to be a short-term thing. This is going to be like a one-off. You get this and that, that you still have chances later on in life. But they're saying this is a one-off. So just enjoy the money, but they're saying very much put it on debt and put it on in your saving account. Your ship is about to come in some way. Success in the area of your life is possible. At work, this could mean a raise or a promotion, or even a big bonus too. It is likely to be a change that will last for some time with the pentacles in play. In love, this means that you have found your king. Or they're saying that you are the male. Like if you're the male reading, listening to this message, you will be the king to someone else, or provided a successful and stable home life for the queen, for your partner. Next card. Very nice. So there's the cardinal in her hand. Very much messages from your loved one saying I'm safe, I love you. They're saying hi. Very another prosperous card. Even maybe a pregnancy coming into play here because she is pregnant. When the Nine of Pentacles appears in a reading that promises success and wish fulfillment, make sure you make your wishes with a pure heart. All the hard work that you are putting forward towards your goals is about to be accomplished. You are very near the end of a cycle, and success is yours to be had. Affluence and wealth. And I just said affluence they were speaking of. Affluence and wealth are the literal symbols of this card. However, this could also symbolize affluence and wealth in the emotional or spiritual areas of your life. And very much with the rest and rejuvenation, the Magician in the Fairy Tarot deck also speaks of this. Yesterday, our Friday's February 7th also was talking about this spiritual awakening. Honoring spirit, listening to spirit. Your ears will be open, especially with the soulmate card. Same thing. They're saying that your eyes, you're hearing from spirit, messages from spirit, your images from spirit will be heightened during this time. As the woman is on the heavy side, sometimes this card means a pregnancy around you, or maybe even you. Sometimes this card can also signify travel, and may mean you need to travel or are about to travel to experience the rewards of your hard work and efforts. Very nice. So last card from Astrology Answers. There's no reverse meaning here. So very much putting up your walls as you're traveling forward. So the Six of Swords is the last card from the Astrology Answers deck. The Six of Swords is a card of journey and travel. either spiritually or physically. So some of us are going on a spiritual journey. Some of us are going on a physical journey. Very much what the cards are talking about: rest and rejuvenation, the magician, soulmate card in the chakra deck, the chakra oracle deck. Very like they've been speaking about this also as Friday's daily tarot card. We're talking about this as well. It could mean that something in your day has moved on from you and won't bother you anymore. Or it could be simply moving on from an issue. This is a card of forgiving and forgetting also. You've decided no matter what pain has caused in this situation, you are leaving it behind. I pulled from the Dragon's Oracle deck. They're specifically talking about the fire dragon. Very much so reminds me of Archangel Michael. You ask before you go to bed, maybe something has happened in the day, you ask for the fire dragon to come in and burn the emotions from that situation out of your life. The baggage from from your past life, like past, like your childhood, your teenagers, your young adulthood, to burn up all those emotions, all those painful memories that you no longer want to carry with you. Burn up that baggage you no longer want to bring forth. Very much Archangel Michael energy. You aren't forgetting it though. You are putting swords in front of you to protect yourself from the future heartaches. Although there is not a lot of light in this card, it has somber imagery. You are giving peace through the hope that you will make the point to move past pain and stress and forge forward through your own courage and intuition. A lot of intuition cards and these coming up. Oh, so there is reverse in these cards. So fifth chakra, Archangel Gabriel. So they're talking finding your voice in Mercury retrograde. Your head. They're saying mind your words though. Remember that. So you're very much in your head, your throat chakra. So they're saying with Mercury retrograde, lack of communication. So, maybe this is just a time to have a seat and not talk so much. Some of us sit there and it's like we talk too much and it kind of gets us in trouble. So they're saying maybe this is a time for you to just, keep quiet, keep to yourself at this time. Hide away from everyone. This is maybe this is a time for you just to, because especially if you're that gentleman, he's kind of getting sick of the everyday life. They're like, have a seat. You're going to regret this in September if you do this. So self-expression and speaking your truth, we have this in the reverse. So maybe instead of speaking your truth, you're just keeping quiet. This card, reversed, often indicates significant blockages in the throat chakra. Something in your history may have caused you to shut down, but it's important now to break through this unhealthy pattern. Or you may be currently in a situation where you feel sharing your ideas, opinions, or feelings is being thralled. In addition to fear and self-expression, this card reverse could indicate physical throat problems. So if you're having a sore throat, maybe it's time to go see the doctor. I feel like there's a female with a lump in her throat on the left side of your throat. You feel something, you keep swallowing it. It's like it's hard to swallow. They're saying go to the doctor for it. There's more there that, let's say laryngitis specifically. Laryngitis. Okay, so it's nothing bad. There's a lump. You feel something there. It's laryngitis. They're saying go to the doctor. The physical troubles may be connected to the blocked energy in the chakra, so all the more important to work on clearing the energy and the center involved. To clear the throat chakra, call upon Gabriel and meditate on his powerful blasting through any blocks. See your throat center spinning in a beautiful blue light. Muster up the courage to speak your truth to yourself. They're saying I think this laryngitis might be contagious. So very much so go to the doctor. I don't know if laryngitis is contagious, but they're saying there might be an aspect to it because it's viral. You can pass it on. And to those around you, it's time to let go of any old fears and confrontations and stand up for yourself from now on. But remember, Spirit is saying, have a seat. So sixth chakra, Archangel Metatron. So your third eye, very much so like the soulmate card. Your third eye will be more open, more, you might feel it more intensely. Maybe you might have a lot of headaches during Mercury retrograde. Drink your water. Clarity of thought, personal vision. This very powerful Archangel Metatron brings brilliant indigo vibrations to your brow chakra, the third eye, which is the center devoted to the insight and clear thought. When this card appears upright, it indicates a much greater clarity in your thought process and expanded perspective toward broader horizons. We talk about this as well in the 2020 forecast between, I believe it was June, July, and August, that the third eye was opened up to its fifth element, and it's going to be this higher thinking. They're also saying that it's going to be, if you're in the healing arts, it's going to be very busy for you, and that September will be the time you take your vacation. Some new perceptions are taking hold, and the clouds of confusion are clearing. In some ways, this could be a new beginning for you on your way to developing a deeper insight about what's going on in your life and why. Now is the time to focus on your personal vision. What do you want your life to look like in the years ahead? Create a clear picture of that and support it with your daily thoughts. The insight you need to create a vibrant life is available to you now. I love it. Absolutely love it. So like they're saying though, you gotta be mindful of what the Spirit was saying. Watch your words. Now is not the time to have a big mouth. Save it for afterwards, because you might be fueled by the intensity. 5 of Cups. So they're saying, like, this is what I was saying. The gentleman wanted to walk away because he's like, oh, the cycle of life. Day after day, get up, go to work, come home, eat dinner, go to sleep, get up, go to work, go home. So they're saying instead of crying over the spilt cups, concentrate on the 2 still remaining. Maybe these are the friendships they're talking about. There's been some deceit, so you'll lose some friendships along the way. But they're saying value those friendships that are still with you. Instead of crying over the ones that have moved on, it's like very much so just, cry over it more. It is a loss, but they're saying, value the people that are still standing by your side, because they're going to be key players in your future. Loss, sadness, grief. So this is from the Game of Thrones tarot deck. The 5 is the saddest card, often comes up in a relationship breakup or other personal loss, including loss of work, money, or reputation. The card can also show old sorrows resurfacing, so getting triggered during this time. So for me, it will be the 30-year anniversary of my late husband's passing, so I might feel it more intensely because of the Mercury retrograde. Another interpretation is dealing with bereavement. Although 3 cups of happiness are overturned, 2 remain upright. And to me, the 2 cups are my children. I have 2 boys, so I concentrate on them. I concentrate on my healing arts. I concentrate on my devotion and being a better person every single day. Take what you can from this experience, as there is hope for the future. Exactly. Cry over it, mourn over it, do what you need to do, but dust yourself back off. The devil in reverse. So XV, I'm just looking for everything's in numerals. So the devil, temptation, addiction, power, anger, lust, excessive materialism. And that's what they're saying. Like, be very careful, because that money is going to come in, but don't go crazy. That little devil self is coming in. There is a beast in every man, and it stirs up when you put a sword in his hand. He is intentionally cruel, with or without instruments of torture. Happily corrupted. So the chains around him show control and dependency. So maybe you're in a relationship and you feel like, you're controlled, but you're dependent on this person. You don't feel like you have nowhere else to go. So the XV, which is 15, reduces to V1, which is 6, the lovers. The devil is fear and the antithesis of love. So they're basically saying, like, especially Mercury, that shadow energy of ourselves, you may feel like, that stirred, like I said, like this gentleman is feeling like, oh my gosh, every day is like, repeat. And he's like, what, maybe I just need to step away from this relationship. But in that time, she's also going to realize, what, I don't need this. If you're willing to take a break from me, then, she's going to move on. She's going to find someone in the summer. And by September, when you're on your break, you're going to regret it. When reversed, the card meaning is hopeful. You recognize that you deserve more than you've been getting, so breaking an argument or habit may be easier than you think. So the habit might be love. The Ace of Spears. So the Ace I learned from Soulwork, Soulwrk at Soulwork on IG, told me this is a big fat yes. So with the red here, I feel like this is being pointed to fire signs. So if you have a fire sign, zodiac sign that's influenced in your Mercury, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. So this card is specifically for fire, I believe. So if you have Mercury, fire, you have Aries, Sagittarius, or Leo, zodiac sign influenced in your Mercury chart, this is pertaining to you. Beginnings, drive, desire, ideas, fertility. False starts, creative blocks, miscommunication. And this is what Mercury retrograde is all about, miscommunication. And there's going to be some miscommunication here. I feel like if we're grown people and there's something going on, especially with this friendship, if there's some miscommunication going on, we should come together. Yeah, because they're saying failed communication, breakdowns in relationships, anger, prideful, some breakups, later makeups. This is stupid. Like, just going back over my notes here. What were we even fighting over? So it's just like, I feel like, they keep bringing me to this friendship. There's a deceit going on. I don't know who the deceit is from, why they're pulling away from you. I have no idea. But it's like, you know what? Let sleeping dogs lie. If they want to pull away and they no longer want to be in your life, like I said, with the bereavement card, given to those two key friends in your life that, love you no matter what. They're there for you. They support you. They may not relate to you on every level. That's totally fine. But these two will love you to the end, the depths. They will walk to hellfire with you, honestly. These are key players. They're showing me like the chess pieces, your knights. These are your knights. These are your bishops. They're specifically showing the bishop. So these are strong people. Bishops are very spiritual people, very intellectual people. Speak they like godly ways. So maybe their devotion. So if that kind of speaks to your realm, they're saying stick with them. Overall, there is a gap between a wish and a goal. In love, you may be spending time away from your partner. Exactly what Spirit was saying. I love all the confirmations from Spirit from all the channel messages. I really love that the cards played out into it perfectly. So basically what I'm taking from this, that it's not going to be as bad as we think. Taurus is going to have some influence of money, but I really love how this card stands out to me, that maybe they will guide you to your soulmate, but they're saying listen to your intuition a lot. Third eye, listen, Spirit is going to be speaking to you a lot more, your hearing, so, in your thoughts. They should show you visions. This friendship keeps coming up to me, and I don't know what it is, but there's some sort of deceit there. And I feel like, just like the card said, you've been seeing the signs. There's some sort of deceit here. You've been seeing the signs, but you can't put your finger on it, and I don't think you'll know why. I'm not sure if you'll ever know why, but they're saying this, this relationship has run its course and just let it be. They're just saying cut ties. Like, don't fight it. It is what it is. Why would you want to fight to have someone in your life out of desperation and they don't want to be in yours? Because I feel like if you go out for it out of desperation, you're going to get hurt. Even worse down the road. So they're just saying, let it be. Let sleeping dogs lie. They're saying this is out of jealousy. So, they'll never admit that to you. Out of pride, they're very prideful. That even came up. Prideful, anger, and prideful. So, just let sleeping dogs lie. If that's the way it's going to be, just let it be. Like, don't force it. What is that saying? If you have to push, or if you have to force it, or you have to push it, it probably is poop. So, just leave it alone. Honestly, it's not worth your time. So, I hope you enjoyed this Mercury retrograde video. I hope it was very informative. I will have the date specifically for the Mercury retrograde in the title. I will have the links listed for the natal chart. It's really detailed. I really like it, and it's free. And again, I am not affiliated with anyone that I mentioned in this video. I just find these people very insightful. I learn a lot from them. So, that's all it is. Anything that resonates with you, take it with a grain of salt. You know what I mean? Like, don't sit there and be like, this is what's going to absolutely happen. Especially Taurus. Let's talk about the prosperity. anyone that comes into this affluence, just, you know what I mean? This is going to be like I said, inheritance or some sort of lottery win, like a scratch ticket or like a 50-50 draw they're showing me, because they have a gentleman sitting at a table and he jumps up and he has a ticket in his hand, like a red ticket. So it might be at a wedding where, where they do the draws, like at you walk in and they're like, they give you a ticket to do like a draw for like, they're showing me a nice bottle of liquor. So brown liquor. So this may be what it's for. So just enjoy it. Just take it easy with yourself. Rest, rejuvenation. Try to get your sleep. If you feel like the energy, like the lightning bolt is very, intense, then like they said, go for a walk, go work out, try to work it off. So we'll see you guys for the next video. We're there for you. Trust me, a lot of us will be feeling this Mercury retrograde energy. But overall, it doesn't look so bad. It just looks like a lot of miscommunication, some breakups, some broken friendships. But like they said, you don't want someone in your life out of desperation. Value yourself more than that. Honor yourself more than that. So, like they said, break those chains. Don't do it out of desperation. Value yourself more. Love yourself. Be your own best friend. So, take it easy, guys. We'll see you for the next video.